What the F?
Coming! So about 2 months ago, we asked our city waste management for some new trash bins. Surprise, surprise, nothing yet. So today we're taking matters into our own hands and welding some plastic. This kit is pretty cool. It comes with these little staples to stitch plastic together, some plastic welding rods, some melter smoother tip thingies, wire cutters, and a utility knife. First, we're gonna clean the surface. Good old Utah weather on days like today. It snowed in the morning, and it's gonna be 60 later. So the extreme shift from hot to cold does wonders on plastic. I'm gonna clamp together what I can to kind of hold it in place.
I'm using some aluminum tape.
These little staples look cool, so we'll start with them. We'll load this into the gun. I don't know how long it's supposed to be in here. Instructions unclear. All right, we're getting some penetration here. All right, looks like our first stitch. Okay, so the trigger does activate it. Push it now. Give it a little pressure. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. I mean, is this thing gonna look brand new afterwards? No, probably not. But it'll hold together a hell of a lot better. These guns are like 20 or 30 bucks. Comes with a couple hundred of these little stapley things. And you can use this for other stuff. Car bumpers. Your favorite plastic mug. I don't know. All right, I've run into my first kind of big obstacle is how much that this is sticking up to see if I can get it to marry. Piece beneath. This is when an assistant would be beneficial. Not gonna lie, this is super relaxing, super satisfying.
So these wire cutters were okay, they came with the kit. They did leave a lot of metal poking up above the plastic, which made it harder to smooth it later, as you'll see. So I'd recommend a better pair of snips to get less metal sticking out of the plastic when you're done. So I put on a smoothing tip to kind of close up the gash here between the stitches. Pretty difficult to do with the little studs still sticking out. And I don't actually think this is necessary unless you don't want any water getting in, if there's still some sunlight coming through and you see a gap. So you'll notice I still have a pretty significant gap here, so I used this little plastic welding rod, and it kind of went off the rails here. Not the neatest it's ever been, but you know, this is a trash can, doesn't need to win any beauty contests, but it still ended up fusing really well and had a really strong bond.
Do a little slam test.
So I repeated this process with my second garbage can, which had some cracks in the lid, not as bad as the first one. I found some better wire snips so I could trim down the staples a lot closer to the plastic. And I didn't do any of the plastic melting or smoothing. I just gave it a stitch job and I think it looked pretty good.
Thank you, Mr. Honey-Do-Me, for fixing me and my family.
You're welcome for the stitches, buddy. That was just a minor surgery.